Hello everyone, welcome to this session of SDLC and software testing. Today we will see mainly the SDLC concepts and further we will understand the software testing concepts. So let's begin. So SDLC stands for Software Development Life Cycle. So this overall process is the creation of software from a given business requirement, and that is what called as software development life cycle. So it consists of different phases like requirement gathering, next requirement analysis, requirement documentation, we'll discuss about this little bit further, then planning, designing, development, testing, deployment, maintenance. So these are the various phases of software development life cycle. So here I have given the three phases where what normally other books or any other uh, tutorials won't say about all these multiple requirement phases, but I have mentioned knowingly because requirement gathering is not only requirement gathering, it is about requirement gathering, requirement analysis, and documentation. So let's understand from two examples from an enterprise software point of view and also from a small product point of view. Let's take an example of your monthly expenses software or mobile app that normally most of the people use for their tracking of their expenses on monthly basis. So when we take that, so we will discuss with the end users or whoever is running the business of creating this kind of app. So what we will do, we will try to gather all the requirement. Who will gather all these things? A business analyst will try to gather all this kind of information from the end users, like what kind of applications would be there, what kind of daily activity needs to be captured, what are the type of expenses can be captured. So I'm just giving an example from one product software product point of view. What should be my monthly tracking, how my daily expenses should be summed up for a monthly value, how at any instant I should see my overall expenditure in a graphical view, how month on month basis my data can be stored and can be tracked, how the category wise my expenses can be represented and can be tracked. So these are the various kind of examples of requirement gathering. So this may be applicable to any kind of enterprise level application. Let's say like an ATM requirement, bank ATM requirement. So when an ATM requirement will be gathered or created, ATM software needs to be created, the bankers or bank management are the end user or the business creators, and a business analyst will discuss with them to understand these requirements from the bankers. So what could be the type of requirements? Like in a ATM, checking the balance, getting a mini statement, withdrawing the money, depositing the money, or updating the mobile number. So these are the various activities, even generating a password for the ATM card. So these are the various requirements that bankers will give to the business analyst. Yes, if I they need an ATM machine with a software, and these are their requirements. So these are the end users requirement for the or the business requirement, banking business requirements, and all these requirements should be gathered by a business analyst in this phase, requirement gathering phase, and those will be analyzed, what could be done, what could not be done, or what are the how the requirement can be prioritized, what can be done first, what can be done later, what should come first, what should come later in the flow of a given logical process. So all this comes under requirement analysis. Now, once we have gathered all the requirement, then we will analyze, and that is known as the requirement analysis. It's analysis from the business point of view. And then the documentation. So all these analysis and findings gathering will be documented in one document known as the business requirement document, and sometimes it's known as the SRD also, solution requirement document. Sometimes people used to say that, and that document should be taken as the base for any software development. Okay, and then a planning happens. A project team is created for any software development. One project team will be there. There will be business analysts, there will be developers, there will be architect, there will be testers, there will be like database administrator. So all these people will consist of it. They all together will form a team or project team, and for that project team to work together in cohesive manner, in coordinated manner, a planning should be there. How one task should be executed by some group of people or some people, and how other people's work will be coordinated with them. All these things will be planned under coming under planning, and there should be some schedule, complete schedule for the overall software development. So all this comes under planning. So team formation, schedule, and planning, the prioritization, all will come under planning. Once this is done, then this BRD will be taken as for designing purpose. Designing means the how the software will overall be created, how the architecture of the software should be. So this all comes under design, and in this design phase some architecture will be involved, software architectures, and they will create design document. Design document is nothing but the various flow charts and algorithm and logic. It will be of two types: detailed design and high level design. In high level design will be in high level, only blocks will be there, interacting blocks or components will be there. In detailed design, complete flow, complete logic will be given with business rules and data elements involved. Once this design is completed, next phase comes as development, where the design document is taken as the base, and using certain language, computer language, Java, .NET, or whatever it may be, the development happens. But it's not only about choosing the language, it is also about choosing the platform, whether it will be created on the Linux platform or whether it will be created on the Windows platform. Also, we have to consider the database point of view. So everything that we create needs data, and that data needs to be stored somewhere else, and in these days is only database is the point where we will be storing the data and fetching the data. So database, determination of database is also part of this speech. And also we need to think about the, if it's an enterprise level application, there should be some middle layer also. So all these things will be there, and for every component, every part, their development should be done here. Now once the development is done and things are ready with the development phase, then that will be, that code is ready as per the requirement, then the next thing comes is testing. That means ready code is deployed to a testing environment, and there testing is done. Testing means we will see whether the created things is as per the requirement defined. So that's we do in our testing. So once the testing confirms yes, whatever has been prepared is as per the requirement, then testing is over, and testing produces a report saying yes, these are the test cases written for the requirement and all these test cases are passed. That means all requirements are now working as expected. So once testing results are published, whole team now is getting a confirmation that yes, our code is ready for the production. That means it will be actually be placed in the somewhere where like end users can use that. So that process is known as deployment, and also it's sometimes known as cutover also, where the created code is deployed to production environment. Production environment is where end user will use the application created by the development team. So once that is done, it will be tested for sanity by the business. And they confirm like the basic functionalities are working, then it is open for end users. You can consider a ATM machine, or you can consider an daily expenses tracking application. So once the application is ready, is being used by the customers or end users, it will have some problems or it may need some enhancement. All these things are done by this maintenance phase, which is a regular continuous phase. It never ends. But all these are till deployment phase. From requirement phase is the basic process of SDLC. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching.